What's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I have the pleasure to be down at Ember RV, down at the manufacturer, where they were kind enough to set up a couple units for me to go through, and this one really caught my eye. I'll tell you, if you guys are a traveling couple, if you're a single person on the move, or on the run, however you're using the RV, this thing is great. And to my knowledge, this is going to be the smallest travel trailer in the RV industry with a washer and dryer prep. But it is not just that. You have two 200 watts of solar panels. You have a 2,000 watt inverter, so all the outlets will be working there for you, which is extremely nice. But it's also going to be a single axle travel trailer under 6,000 pounds, a unloaded vehicle weight of under 4,300 pounds. So let's talk about, all of the vehicles that can pull this. I mean, the options are going to be just out the wazoo for you, which is fantastic. Very well built, looks very nice, but more importantly, it is a versatile setup compared to most of the counterparts. And again, it comes down to the fact that it has that washer dryer prep, which it has outside access and inside a pretty cool little door that you can kind of get in there. Maybe you could put, a dog kennel or turn it into a little pantry if you're not somebody that has, washer and dryer. But also on the inside in the back bathroom, it has this really awesome kind of closet utility rack sort of area, which we'll get into all of that. But I appreciate you guys, tuning into the channel. If you guys don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button for daily RV content. But this is the 2025 Ember E-Series 18 RBS. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, well, welcome back. Hopefully by now the specifications in the floor plan have popped up for you. Let me know what you think about that introduction. I'm going to try to mix things up a little bit, and I would really like your feedback on what I can do to make a better video. And starting off, I would like to go ahead and correct the floor plan, blunder I made there. It's the 2025 Ember E-Series Spark 18 RBE, so not RBS, RBE, but absolutely fantastic product. We're going to step right on inside, then work our way around the outside. But first, what I wanted to show you was this washer and dryer, because again, to my knowledge, this is the smallest travel trailer in the entire RV industry with washer and dryer prep. And I mean, how freaking nice is that? Tell me that the versatility on that is not absolutely fantastic. I mean, you could set up an outdoor refrigerator, obviously the washer and dryer, but a dog kennel. You have access to open it up here from the inside too, which is going to be really nice. And it's going to be on that strut system right here, which is also going to be, under the awning as well. So there's a lot of good versatility that comes out of that. And I just thought that was such a cool selling feature. The floor plan itself, as we head into here, you're going to see it is nothing too special as far as, other people have something similar to this where there is, a slide out, some recliners, the TV dinner trays, and the cup holders. I love that, by the way, because you don't have a dinette soaking up that space. Now you have a more functional workability to kind of, maybe it's like a working desk for you, or something of that nature. Kick back and lay a snoozer if you got some buddies. But man, it's the little things that they do. And typically I start off into the main area, but I'm actually going to start off in the bathroom, because I think, oddly enough, the bathroom is what makes this RV so special. And while we're talking about special too, the rep, by the way, one of the nicest groups of people in the entire RV industry. But one thing that they did, and one thing that I've noticed too when I'm walking around through these RVs, you might go down to the lot, you'll see some, trim work hanging down, staple holes, or something like that. But they actually use basically an H-track system for this, is what he explained to it. So this pieces come together. You have this right there, so you don't have to worry about it falling down. So in turn, it's going to, one, keep your camper looking really nice. But two, it's just a better fit and finish that you're getting with the Ember. They're not the cheapest RV in the world, but they do things like that as a selling feature for it. You got the bigger is better sticker right there. So if you're as good as reading as I am, bigger is definitely better from what, my wife tells me. But you got a 55-gallon water capacity, 82-inch tall ceiling height, and a 60 by 80 mattress. And I mean, this is what you're looking at for 82 inches. I'm 6 feet tall, a big, beautiful RV-loving man with the bowling guns, baby. By the way, down to 293 pounds for the people that have been following the weight loss journey. Been crushing it. So I love that. But great head height, 18 cubic foot, the Chill Cube, which if, you haven't heard of those things are kind of taking over the RV industry by storm. But the bathroom for me is going to be a very important area. I am a bigger guy. So when you're sitting down, do you have functional space, to move around? Can you find something like a toilet holder, things of that nature? But this is where it's crazy. Solid wood for the cabinetry too, guys, by the way, just in case you didn't know. But this is what I'm talking about. You have entrance to right here on the inside. You also have the same type of door for the washer and dryer. I'll show you that here in a second. But right now you have a hanging closet. However you want to use it. You even got a couple little octopus guys, hang a dog leash on me. You're ready to rock, but you can also pull it down. And now you have shelving, which I just think is so cool. So you can make this like a good place for, maybe some extra food or, some dry products, some linens, some things like that. Maybe you want, or shoot, shouldn't have said that. Heck, maybe you want to put, like a little tent out there for the grandkids. You fold it in there. You got the versatility there for you. But I just think that is super nice. You also have the room, obviously, again, to hang your clothes. So for reference on the toilet action, what we got going on. You sit down, porcelain foot flush throne. You can see, moving and grooving room. You are ready to rock. As a bigger guy, it's bigger guy friendly. You got a little place you can rest up your arm. You got the stainless steel bowl right here as well. And then you have, the mirror. We'll show off the old bowling gun here in a second. You know what? Show off the bowling gun right there, baby. But you also are going to have the tankless hot water heater too, which is nice. So it's going to be 4,200 BTUs of heat, and it's going to be 12 volt power. So again, you have the, the 400 watts of solar, your inverter, you got 12 volt power there. Just a lot of good off-grid capabilities there for you. Now you flip it around, and you have a little bit of extra storage here off to the side. So maybe that would be a better place, for your towels. You got another little octopus guy sitting there all friendly. And then the shower is going to be suitable for a bigger guy. I don't know what the actual dimensions on it, but I'd guess probably somewhere around that 36 by 36 or so. But 6 feet tall, you're probably looking at about 6'4" here up into the head height, and then maybe like 6'2" right there. So really serviceable. You can also see it's big enough to where I don't have to tape sponges to the walls to get clean. And then I actually prefer this style. So it's not the Tri-Glide glass series like a lot of brands are going with. But this is just, out of your way. You don't have to worry about any dinglings, coming in and breaking it in terms of like the grandkids. But you also have kind of easier setup and put away, less risk as you're going down. Now, leaving the bedroom, again, we're back out into a very functional living room. You have a slide that is going to be a little bit taller than your travel trailer. So what's nice about that is you're going to get storage and some natural lighting. By the way, you can open up that window, to get a good breeze going. You also have the Dracula shade, stop the old skin from sizzling, keep some nosy eyes out. And then that overstud storage, again, doesn't hurt anything. And they're also using the metal struts there too, which I think is nice. TV dinner trays, so those are obviously, removable, but they have a cup holder built into them, and then you have a cup holder there up underneath as well. So if you're cracking open a couple cold cans of apple juice, you are more than able to do so. And I'll overlay, kind of the recliners in the sitting position there too as well, so that way you can check that out. But then in between the recliners, nope, sorry, I thought that was a pull out there, but, people hire me because I'm friendly, so that's one of those moments. So 60 by 80 queen, so you can use traditional sheets, which is nice. You also are going to get a little bit of storage here up underneath, again, just for your odds and end items. Emergency exit, so pull, push, and plop. You can get yourself out in a hurry, if you need to. God forbid you ever have to use that, but there's your emergency exit. You also have a little bit of hidden storage here, too, I think, which is pretty nice. So it'd be a great place for my wife to put, all of her books and her crystals and moon waters and whatever she's doing in life, she's got it there. Right now we're doing, she had me on Shilajit. Shilajit, I think is what it's called. It's this gross little black stuff that you put in your coffee. But, it's making me a healthier guy, You got the TV backer location right there, and then more overhead storage. And by the way, too, I didn't show it, but right there is going to be all your connections for, your TVs and whatnot. You're also going to have what I believe is going to be maybe... What is this, 10.7? Let's see if it says right in here. I don't see the size on it, but it looks like a 10.7 cubic foot refrigerator. But what I like about it is it's going to be, again, off the 12 volts, so you can take advantage of that solar power, for, if you're ever boondocking or something like that. But the freezer section will actually keep stuff frozen is the main advantage to that. It's also pretty darn large. I mean, if this is for 2 people or for 1 people, let's talk about the fact that you can go camping for a week before you have to turn over and go back to the grocery store. You're also going to have a really nice size furnace right there, so no ducting in the floor. You got the furnace, you know, the heat coming out, and then you have your fuse box there too as well. Now the cabinets, again, real solid wood, so that's going to be a little bit better for your durability coming out. You also have, I believe, let's see here, what is that? Probably 18 inches, 2 feet, something around that nature. Heck, I don't know. I'm kind of a Willy Wonka land right now. I just drove 4.5 hours and started jumping into recording. But a little bit better depth than most of the RVs. And then it's also going to be on that soft close too, which is nice. You get the 2-top burner to whip up all the fixings. And then you also have a fan, a light, and then a convection air fryer microwave. So you can get cooking, you know, all the good snacks. I got the green beans that I like to put in there right now. Toss them in a little bit of olive oil, rolling in whatever seasoning I'm feeling, and you are ready to rock. There you go. Use common sense, baby. Don't be throwing wrenches at people's heads. But if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a dodgeball. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. You got the high-rise faucet, whoosh, 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 hitting those dishes from all angles. The stainless steel undermounted bowl, and then you also are going to have plenty of room for like a garbage can or something like that. So just to point this out, because I know the plumbing is often important, you know, how can you access it? What's it look like? Which, as you can see, there's going to be your shutoff valves. But what's nice about this is typically there's a piece of wood right there that's hiding the plumbing a little bit, soaking up into some of your space. They probably spent a little bit more money, but they organized it so that way now this is a more usable and serviceable area, which I think is really handy. Now, I know I mentioned it before, but again, you have the 18 chill cube refrigerator, or gosh almighty. You have the Furrion chill cube for the AC, so it's going to be very high powered, a little bit more efficient, things of that nature. Again, they're really taking over the RV industry, and for very good reason. They're extremely effective. Right over here is going to be, you know, kind of like a good old coffee, margarita bar, do what you want to do type center. So you got the USB and universal C, you got a couple outlets, you know, more storage for more stuff right up there. And then you also have a little bit more down there as well. But pretty darn cool. Now, I should have shown this earlier, but I mean, look at that. That's that washer and dryer prep, but you can also do, again, you know, dog kennels or any type of other type of storage needs that you have. And then this is going to be that entrance right into here. Again, think hanging closet, think shelving, think a pantry. All of that, you know, is possible in the Ember, baby. A couple more USB and universal C and your outlets here. And then this is going to be your control center, you know, where everything that you're going to take care of, from the slides to the awnings, even your tank levels you can check. But you can also connect this to the, what is that app called? I'll put that down in the description. I'm blanking on the app. One Control. So you can connect that to that and hold it together on your phone. Jeez, oh Pete's having a hard time getting the words out. All right, guys, and real quick here before we head on the outside, I did want to show you what this RV looks like in road mode, because I think this is a fantastic unit for your pit stops, because you notice the slide out being in doesn't really damage the floor plan in any way. Sure, you don't have access maybe to like your margarita bar, but who needs that? You can fully access the refrigerator, the 2-top burner, you know, your sink. You can even get into your bed. So, you know, I'm talking, you know, you're pulling over at night and just need a quick little snoozer just to kind of recharge the juice, recharge the batteries. You're able to do that. Heck, even the storage. But you also have full access here to your bathroom. And by the way, right here, baby, the mirror for the old bowling gun, baby. But you got full access to that, the closet, and then, of course, that washer and dryer prep here behind. But all right, let's go ahead and get back to the tour. See ya. But all right, guys, again, it's the 2025 Ember E-Series Spark 18 RBE. Now, as we are here on the outside, you can see this is going to be a fiberglass RV, but you're also going to get a couple little knickknacks here on the outside, which I think are pretty cool. One, you get a little bit of an upgraded kind of drop situation right there. So the stabilizers are a little bit beefed up. You're also going to get side camera mounts as well as a rear camera. So you can have a 3-camera safety system all prepped into this for easier and cheaper install, which is really nice. Although for someone like myself, I probably wouldn't get the side camera mount due to the size. But when you're driving down the road, you'll get a good view, you know, of what's going on. So if you're a little bit newer to RVing or towing, or if that's something that is, you know, a concern to you, you know, heck, pay a couple $100 extra bucks, get that thing installed or whatever the price might be, and now you are ready to rock. They also do some pretty interesting stuff. You'll notice on the Embers, they don't have any like you know, like the caulking around the seam. They have it, but they have a Turnabond tape here underneath. It's going to be a more fit and higher secured fit and finish to it. So that's going to be something that you can kind of, you know, take and forget about. The roof is also going to have a lifetime warranty as well, which I'll put some more information on that down below as well. Power tongue jack. You got dual 20-pound propane tanks, and I like how you have the easy access here up front. On the front of the unit, you are going to have the ability to put up to 2 batteries if you would like, and you also notice your spare tire and then a rock guard here too as well. But I mean, look at the storage you get. So again, you got that washer and dryer area, you got some storage over here, you have a heated and enclosed underbelly, I believe with the 12-volt tank pads as well, which is going to be really nice. But man, what a clean cut, you know, looking product. That's going to be oh shoot, I forgot to show this. This is the awning right there. So hopefully I'll show you guys a little overlay of what it looks like when the awning's out, so you can get a good idea of that there too as well. But again, single axle. You can also see the Lippert solid steps. They have a 500-pound weight capacity. So, you know, the big boys and the big ladies out there, the roundies as I like to call them, will be happy with that. A little bit of a sturdier setup for you. You're also going to get a screen door and then a friction hinge door as well. So that's going to be resistant up to 25 mile/hour winds. They have the Ember has a 1-2-3 warranty as well. So a little bit of a better warranty than most of the RVs out there in the industry. And I just want to show that one more time because I just think that is super, super nice. Heading around the back, you have a fully walkable roof, so that's going to be, you know, part of it. And you see right here, you are going to have the Lippert on-the-go ladder system prep, so that, you know, you basically order that, you get it, you get on top of your roof, you know, you're good to go. It's a collapsible roof that's easy to store. Heck, you could put it in that washer and dryer compartment if you wanted to. You're also going to have the rear camera backup prep right there, along with your 2-inch receiver. So if you want to do, you know, think like bike racks or storage or something of that nature. 30 amp connection will be located right here, so pretty classic, but it, you know, it's easy to get to nonetheless. It's not buried between, you know, in a goofy spot. You also have a docking station right here too, which I think is pretty darn cool to have. So you have your hot and cold water in the form of an outside shower, and then your city water connection, you know, all that kind of good stuff right in there, along with a black tank flush. So you have your sewer outlet connection located right there. You have the upgraded cable slide, so there's a BAL, and I believe those are going to be kind of like an autos type set type deal. There's your furnace. It's going to be that on demand. There's going to be your 12-volt tank heaters as well. You're also going to be prepped up for your tire link, and then you have your battery disconnect, and then there's going to be your solar charge controller as well with solar on the side. But all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Hope you hit that like and subscribe button for future RV content. Again, my name is Hunter, and this is the 2025 Ember E-Series Spark 18 RBE. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you.